Super Bowl 50 has been happening this weekend in our hometown of San Francisco. ESPN invited us down here to check out their mobile pop-up studios on Marina Green and see everything that goes into producing this constant stream of live coverage.
We have a huge footprint here. I don't know the exact numbers, but we have 2 sets. We have 7 vehicles between production trucks and trailers. I think we're about an acre of all in all.
What's very unique about our setup is that we use mobile trailers for the most part, and basically it doesn't require a build from the ground. It's a trailer, just like a tractor trailer driving down the street. We basically position it where the stages need to be, and the sides unfold, the roof is built in, and this thing pops up in a matter of minutes or, a couple of hours.
The reason we picked this location is, every city, every Super Bowl we go to, the number one thing on our list is always what's an iconic backdrop for our shows. In San Francisco, we were lucky enough to have a lot of choices. They have a lot of those kind of things that fit that bill. But for us, the Golden Gate Bridge was something we thought would really just, say San Francisco when our fans turn on the shows.
This is the neighborhood back in 1989 that was hit really hard by the earthquakes. So it's a very proud neighborhood, and they're very sensitive to events like this in their backyard. So we have to work with the city of San Francisco to make sure that, when we come in here, we come and we leave the place just as it was before we got here.
It's a beautiful place. I mean, anytime you got Alcatraz to one side and the Golden Gate Bridge to another side, and water and the Pacific Ocean's in the distance, and what body of water is this? The San Francisco Bay? I think that's it. I mean, you got water as a backdrop, you got bridges, good things are gonna happen. Every year is different at the Super Bowl. You never know exactly what it's going to be like. You always know it's going to be interesting. You always know it's going to be exciting, but you never know exactly what it's going to be. And this is what we got this year.
This would be my 9th Super Bowl with ESPN. And every year there's challenges that, push you to the limit and actually require you to learn, think in different ways and handle things and have different approaches. Every city is different and every location is different.
We're always sort of a slave to what the weather conditions are going to be. So far, looks great. I know the rest of the forecast is even better than today. So, when you have something like the Golden Gate Bridge behind you, and if it's cloudy, rainy, foggy, and you don't see it, it can be a real disappointment. For me, it's second nature because I really only work on live television. I only want to work on live television. It's charge. Obviously, it's challenged because things can go wrong and you can't just stop down and say, let's do it again. But it's also it's the most fun. You always want to be live and you always want to be on the air live. And I like when breaking news happens and it changes the format of the show.
TV is just my office for where I'm doing my job. My first job is to try to get information and dispense information. If it happens to come while I'm on air, then so be it. We've gotten to the point as a network where taking calls on air. Like last year was the first day of free agency. We come on air, it's the start of the new league year. And I get a call that the Eagles just traded Nick Foles to the Rams for Sam Bradford, and literally you're taking the call and people see you have your back turned to the set. Like, what's going on? You know something's coming. So it's kind of fun.
The amount of content produced here is insane. ESPN is slated to create 45 hours of on-air content at this temporary location. With 2 official sets and plenty of space to film more casual conversations on the lawn, there's constant buzz of celebrities, hosts, producers, and camera technicians jumping between the 10 different shows being filmed on site.
We have different productions that are going on at the same time, shows on ESPN, shows on ESPN2. So this is kind of what you see is how we broadcast the Super Bowl generally. We also create some unique content just for our digital audience from here. Usually after shows are off the air, before shows, even on the side here, some of the things we can do. We're always thinking about not just television, but all of our platforms.
But that energy that you feel before the game when we're doing pregame shows is just amazing. You can feel it in the air. Even on the years that my Steelers weren't in the Super Bowl, I could still feel it during that Sunday pregame. It's always exciting. That's usually when we have some of our biggest crowds and we do really interesting things with our talent out on the demo field and out in the public. The fans are really raring to go, and we're just happy to be able to provide some of that excitement before they get ready and watch the big game.
I think the centerpiece of our coverage at Super Bowl, and it'll be Sunday morning, is our Super Bowl Sunday morning countdown show. We have some great features planned, really special. Tom Jackson sat down with Peyton Manning for the show. We have a story of Demaryius Thomas and his mom, who's released from prison, and Demaryius' first time to talk about what it means to him. So, along with some special guests, I think fans can really look forward to that show on Sunday.
I think Super Bowl week, to me, the best way to equate it, it's like there's a finality. It's the culmination of everything that you've worked for all year long. It's the last day of school. You remember the feeling you got on the last day of school when you took that last final and you're like, ah, we're done. That's a little bit what it's like, except you crown a champion on the last day of school, and it's kind of neat.
When ESPN invited us down here to check out their mobile studio where they're covering the Super Bowl, my first impression was I should probably ask Siri who's actually playing. But getting to see this incredible pop-up studio that they built literally on the side of the bay has been an awesome experience that's really eye-opening.